Hey guys! So today's video is going to be a fun makeup tutorial, and I do bridal makeup. I've done bridal makeup for about 2 years now, just kind of not like full-time at all, just for close friends and family. And I wanted to show you guys what look I usually go for most of my brides. There are definitely things that you could switch out depending on the look that your bride is going for, but I really think this is such a nice, natural, and timeless look for most brides. You wouldn't have to go so dark. I mean, there's things that you can switch out, but for the most part, this is one of my favorite go-to bridal looks for most of my brides. I will be using the unique pressed shadows. I think these are some of the prettiest pressed shadow formulas for bridal. I think they last throughout the day and they just blend really well. So that is what I'm going to be using today, and I'll show you which colors I use in all of that. So if you guys are excited for this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me a ton. And make sure you subscribe before you leave. And yeah, if you are excited about this bridal look, then please keep on watching. Okay, to start off my go-to bridal look, I'm first going to define the crease. Now, depending on the bride's skin tone, undertones of her skin, I will use either a warm medium brown or a cool medium brown. For the sake of the video and just on my skin tone, I'm going to use a cool medium toned brown. This is the unique pressed shadow in the color Nimble. This is one of my favorite shades to start off the bridal look. So what I do is I will just take a fluffy brush similar to this and just start working that into the crease. Okay, so once I have laid down kind of a base shadow, I will take a smaller fluffy brush. I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take my MAC 221 brush. This is just a smaller size blending brush, and I'm gonna work that same color into the crease a little bit more just to get a little bit more definition. Okay, and then I'm going to take that same fluffy brush with no extra product on it, and I'm just going to buff that out a little bit more. The key to a really natural, diffused bridal look is blending between each step. So I'm just going to blend this out a little bit more. Like that. Okay, so once you have built up your crease color to the desired color, I'm going to now take a little bit darker of a dark brown shade. This is the unique pressed shadow in the color Nonsensical. And I'm just going to start to use this color to create the outer definition and the kind of the sultry smokiness that I want. So I'm going to take that color on a fluffy crease brush like this. This is the unique fluffy crease brush. And we're just going to work that into the outer V. Okay, then I'm going to take that same fluffy brush that we used in the crease, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit further. You want to keep this color on the outside, but not too far up into the crease, kind of just right before you hit your crease shade. Once you have built up that color to the point that you like, we're going to go back in and continue to add a little bit more drama. So by adding shades like gradually darker and darker, you're going to build up the like sultriness without being really harsh and really like unnatural looking. And depending on the bride and what she's comfortable with, sometimes I'll just stay, this is just as far as I will go. But for the sake of the video, I'm comfortable going a little bit darker with my outer V. So I'm going to take the Unique Pressed Shadow. This is a matte dark brown color. This is the color Marvelous. And I'm just going to keep adding that to the outside of the eye. I'm going to use a smaller brush for this. This is the Unique Crease Brush. And I'm just going to concentrate this on the very lower part of the eye and the lash line, the very outside of the eye and along the lash line. Okay, and I'm going to take that fluffy brush again and just blend that shade into our other brown shade, just very gently. Like that. Now, depending on the look that your bride is going for, whether it's your bride or you, that deep outer brown shade could also be switched out for a dark matte purple. This is one of my favorites from Unique. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a really deep, dark matte purple. And if your bride is really comfortable, wants a really sultry, smoky look on her day, you could also go in with a dark matte black. This is the Unique Pressed Shadow in Legendary. Once you have your outer V to the point that you like, I'm going to go back in with that medium brown shade on my fluffy brush again. And I'm just going to blend the crease back out with that color. I'm going to kind of bring that shade up more. For the lid, I like to go in with a bright, shimmery shadow. And there's a couple different ways you could go with this depending on what your bride or you are looking for. You could go with kind of a taupey shimmer shade. This is the Unique Shadow in the color Joyful. This is such a pretty, like, neutral tone shade. It'll go with whatever lip color or look your bride is going for. You could go in with a pink, like a light pink shimmery shade. This is the Unique Pressed Shadow in the color Gentle. It's just a really nice pink, light pink look. Or the look that I normally go for if a bride doesn't really care is just a champagne shimmery shade, and this is in the color Optimistic. This is the one that I use most often. So that is the shade that I'm going to go in with. I do like to either apply a glitter glue or apply these shimmer shadows wet with like a setting spray. So I'm going to get my brush wet with some setting spray, And I'm just going to go in with that shade Optimistic and place that all over the lid. This is really pretty, but I kind of want it to pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to take that same shade on my finger and I'm just going to press it into the eyelid. Sometimes with shimmer shades, they apply better with fingers, and that's okay. So that is one way that you can get your shadows to pop a little bit more. See, that just made it like way more sparkly. So what I'm going to do, after I've laid down that lid color, I'm going to take my fluffy blending brush again, and I'm just going to lightly buff out those edges so it all looks really nice and diffused. And then I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush again that I used for the outer V, and I'm just going to blend those edges together. Like that. It's so pretty, it's so neutral and really flattering for a lot of different brides. So I'm just going to do that on this eye as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some false lashes. I highly recommend all brides, it doesn't matter what your normal makeup routine is, I highly recommend applying some sort of false lash, whether that's a strip lash or the little tiny individual ones. It looks so much better in pictures. It really opens up your eye and it kind of makes you look like sultry and sexy and timeless without being too dramatic and too overdone looking. I'm going to be applying these ones. I recently discovered these and I am so excited to put these on my brides this summer. These are the Kiss brand Looks So Natural lashes, and I love these because sometimes lashes can look really heavy on the outside and really make you look like you have a really dramatic fanned out eye. And these ones are fluffy the full width of the lash, so it just looks so pretty and so soft and so like timeless looking. So I'm going to apply those really quick and I'll be right back to finish the lower lash line. Alrighty, so I have my lashes on. I did go ahead and add a really thin line of liner to hide the lash band. So that is the extra drama. Depending on what your bride wants, you could also do a dark brown too. That kind of looks a little bit more natural, but still really sultry and like timeless looking. But for the sake of the video, I just did black because that is what I normally do on my brides. I applied liquid liner on myself, but if you are a makeup artist doing makeup on a bride, I recommend doing like a gel liner just for sanitary purposes. So let's go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I like to use the matte shades that I use on the top part of the eyelid. So I'm going to first go in with a brush of this shape, just so I can get up really close to the lash line. And I'm going to take that medium dark brown shade, the Nonsensical from Unique, and I'm going to push that up against my lower lash line first. Oh. Oh my god, I just poked myself in the eye. Ow! Okay, so once you have your lash line done, I'm gonna take a smaller pencil brush and I'm gonna take that medium brown shade again. This is Nimble. And I'm just going to blend out that lower lash line with this pencil brush. Okay, you don't want it to be like too smoky on the lower lash line. So I think I'm going to leave it there and apply some mascara. Depending on your bride and whether she thinks she's going to cry or not, I always recommend a waterproof or a water-resistant mascara just because it's better to be safe than sorry for sure, especially on your wedding day. So I'm just going to go in with some water-resistant mascara and pop that on the lower lash line. Okay, so finally, once you have your mascara done, this is when you can go in and make any final adjustments that you need. After you got your lashes on, you can kind of see what the look is going to be. I'm going to go back in with that dark brown shade on that fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer portion of the eye just to bring that back in. And then I'm going to take my fluffy brush again into that medium Nimble shade and just do one final swoosh to kind of bring this color back out. And then the very last step that I do, this is what I will do when I'm completely finished, is go in and highlight the inner corner of the eye and then the brow bone. Usually what I will do is I'll just use the same highlight for the eyes that I use on their face. And for my face today, I use the Milani strobe light highlight in the color Afterglow, so I'm just going to use that for consistency. I'm just going to use a really precise brush like this and just pop that right in the inner corner to kind of bring out that and add some brightness. Then I'm also going to pop it right under the brow bone to kind of give that lifted look. Okay guys, so this is the final makeup look. I love this look for brides. You can really switch out. It is very versatile, so it'll go with a lot of different style dresses, whatever they're going for. This look is very timeless and very soft and natural, and I just love it. Obviously there are things that you could switch out. If you have more of a natural looking bride, you could, you know, not do the liner on the top lash line. You wouldn't have to go so dark with the outer V colors. You could do like a dark brown liner for the top lash line. There are things that you can switch out depending on what your bride is going for, but I just really love this look. I think it's timeless. I think it's very versatile. And yeah, I think a lot of different brides want that sultry, sexy look, but they don't want to look too overdone, and I think this look is that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so you are notified when I upload. And I thank you guys so much for being here today, and I'll see you next time.